And in this week's live lesson, we are going to talk about how to report past activities. In this live lesson, I'm going to focus on simple past tense, and I'm going to focus on situations and vocabulary choices that you can use at school and at work. So the focus here is about reports. So when you need to tell someone what you did or what you didn't do or what you think you have some expectation to do in the future. So I hope this will be a good review lesson Please don't forget to like and share this video so that other people can find today's lesson. That would be super, super cool. While we wait, a couple of super quick announcements. First is about this banner at the bottom of the screen. It says, get your free worksheets. So the team has created, if you have not checked this, this is different from the PDF sheets that I show a lot. If you have not checked this, the team has created a lot of different writing practice worksheets. So if you click the link below the video on YouTube or above the video on Facebook, you will find this page. So scroll down on this page to see the different worksheets the team has created. So there's worksheets about verbs, about nouns, so vocabulary specific worksheets, and then there's like discussion, dialogue related worksheets, phrases that you can use at certain times, and so on. So if you have not checked these out, you can get these all for free from EnglishClass101.com. And if you need information about how to get them, check this 1, 2, 3, 4 step section right here. So you can find all of these from the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube or above the video if you're watching on Facebook. So the team has made these, a bunch of these, so check these out if you want to get some writing practice. That's announcement number 1. Announcement number 2 is, if you have questions for me, please send them to me to the official question submission page for the Ask Alicia Q&A series. That is, this is a very old screenshot from the series, but if you have questions that are unrelated, that are not related to today's live stream, or you think of a question later in the week, or just something comes into your head when you're watching the news or reading a book, send it to me. I will definitely read it if you send it to the question submission page. Don't send it on Facebook. Don't send it in another YouTube comment. Don't write in an Instagram message. Don't, I don't know, put it on Twitter, whatever. I will not see it. There are thousands of messages every single day. So please send it to me on the official question submission page, which is EnglishClass101.com/ask Alicia. There is a link for this in the YouTube description, so check it out there and send me your questions to the official question submission page. I will definitely read them there, and maybe I will choose yours. Okay, that is all for our announcements this week. I think everything is rolling. I see everybody on YouTube. Hi, hi YouTube. Oh, is the sound low? Some people are saying that the sound is kind of low. I'll check the mic. Hello, is it good? Okay, I hope that's good. Everybody says it's very low. I'm checking the audio now to make sure it sounds okay. Facebook. Oh, I thought I saw you, Facebook. I hope that, yeah, Facebook, there you are. Okay. Hi, Facebook. YouTube, thanks for the information about the audio, YouTube. I'm checking that right now. It looks like everything is going, though, so I'm checking the audio now, and then we'll get going. Oh, you're right. The audio settings they're very mysterious. Okay, that should be lots better, yeah? I think that's better. Very mysterious, my audio settings. Okay, that should be better. Everybody on YouTube, thanks for the information and welcome. Jesus and Ricky, how you doing? I'm doing good. Kanwaljeet, welcome back. Nitesh from India, hi. John Lennon, really? Is that really your name? Hi. Nitesh, hi everybody, welcome. Okay. And then on Facebook, Facebook is rolling. Hi everybody on Facebook, John and MD and Marie and Wed. Hello, estimable. I hope I said your name right. Sorry. Good. Okay, everyone says the audio is better now. Great. Thank you for the information. Thank you for letting me know. That was a very mysterious settings change. Okay, great. Now that everything is rolling, oh, I have to like and share the video. If you haven't, please make sure to like and share the video. It helps other people to find with the algorithm. Okay, great. I shared the video, so let's get to today's lesson focus. So today's lesson focus, as I said, is simple past tense. So this will be a lot of just simple past tense review with some present perfect tense and a comparison between the two. So today we're going to look at just simple positive statements to report past activities, and then we're going to focus on using the negative to talk about simple past and to talk about present perfect, or rather we're going to use these grammar points to express different ideas. Finally, I'm going to end with a comparison of these two grammar points and why when and why we want to use one of these grammar points and not the other one. So I hope that this answers some questions. One of the most common questions I get is about the difference between simple past and present perfect. So today we're going to look at that question, specifically with negative grammar points. Okay, so let's go to the first point for today's lesson. Positive expressions. So positive reports. How do we report something that was completed? So we can use simple past tense to do this. This is a very basic grammar point. This one is a good one to get started with. So we use our subject. So I, you, we, he, she, they, someone's name, whatever, plus our simple past tense verb. So we need to change the verb form. And then in today's sentences, there will be some other information. So the object of the verb, prepositional phrase, whatever it is. Okay? So let's take a look. I will check your sentences live as much as possible. Your related questions. If your question is related to today's topic, I will check it. So let's break this down and start with this grammar point to refresh our minds. So we ate lunch. Very basic sentence, right? We ate lunch. Subject is we. Ate is the past tense, the simple past tense verb form of eat. So not we eat lunch. We ate lunch. Lunch, in this case, the object of the verb eat. We ate lunch. Very, very basic sentence. Very simple report. This is what we did. We ate lunch. Okay? Let's look at the second example. He finished the design. He finished the design. So here, finished is the simple past tense form of finish. Yeah? My subject is he. In this case, he finished the design. Okay? So again, there's nothing between these two these two words. He finished directly. So again, there's just a simple past tense change. That's it. Next example, I'm looking for your examples too. Okay? Next example, she submitted her application. She submitted her application. So, in this case, the verb is submit. So, submit is the base verb. Submitted is the past tense form of submit. To submit means to turn something in, like to turn in your homework, or in this case, to turn in an application. You give your application officially to someone, to submit something. So, she submitted her application. Okay? Next one then. I sent the file to the client. So a little bit longer, this one. I sent is my simple past tense verb. I sent, what did I send? The file. And then we have this extra information, this preposition here, to, so the person who received it, to the client. I sent the file to the client. Again, a very, very simple, just a simple past tense statement. Okay? All right, I'm looking for your examples. So the focus for today is really about reporting something. So I wanted to focus on school and workplace type reports. Okay? And we have two more here, getting a little bit longer. So we scheduled a meeting with our professor. We scheduled a meeting with our professor. Here, schedule, we can use schedule as a verb. To schedule means to make a time to do something. So to schedule a meeting, to schedule lunch, to schedule something. So it means you set a time to do something. We scheduled a meeting with our professor. So maybe with your classmates. All right? And finally, I attended the morning meetings every day last week. I attended, past tense of attend is attended. I attended the morning meetings every day last week. So, in this case, our report is about a repeated action. I attended the morning meetings every day last week. Okay? So, we use this grammar point to express things that are 100% finished. They're totally done, they're totally complete. All of these actions are totally done. So, we just need to use a very simple grammar point to do that. So it's very important to know simple past tense verb forms here. Okay? I can't see. All right, so I see a couple of examples are coming in. Havo on Facebook says, how about this? Alicia fixed the audio. Yes, perfectly correct sentence. Nice. Very nice. I did fix the audio. Great. Okay. Rosa says, we ate pizza. Yes, very basic, simple past tense sentence. Alaratam says, I already sent my resume. Great, yeah, we can use already in these examples. Miguel says, I sent a message to you. Perfect. Santiago says, I passed the English test. No E at the end of test there, yeah? Oh my gosh, some examples are coming in. Someone, I can't read your name on YouTube, I got up 10 minutes ago. Yep, okay. Jonathan says, they worked last week, but not much. Okay. Happy Indy says, I made a presentation in front of my teacher. I gave a presentation in front of my teacher. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking for examples right now. Okay. I don't see any more just yet. Okay. Oh, there's one. Carla says, I finished the PowerPoint presentation. Good. Yeah. So today I kind of want to focus on giving these kinds of sort of official reports, so school and workplace reports. Okay, so this is the easiest point for today's lesson. From part 2 on, we're going to compare this grammar point with present perfect tense. So let's continue to that. Let's take one super quick break, and then we'll go to the negative forms, and we're going to compare a couple of different sentence patterns. So if you missed it earlier, I talked about this banner at the bottom of the screen. It says, get your free worksheets. If you have not checked recently, this is different, I said earlier, this is different from the PDFs I often show you, the cheat sheets. The team has created some writing practice worksheets. So these are a few of them. If you scroll on this page, you can see a lot of different topics. So these are all available for free from the link below the video on YouTube or above the video if you're watching on Facebook. So these are printable. You print them out and practice your writing with them. So you can practice building vocabulary or practice conversational phrases and so on. So have a look. You can get all of them if you want to. You can get all of these, practice writing with them, and hopefully, I hope, build your writing skills with these. So check this out if you want some new materials to work on building your writing skills. Yeah? Okay, cool. So let's continue on to part 2. Also, if you haven't, please, please, please make sure to hit the like button and share this video so that other people can find today's lesson. Okay? All right, let's continue to part 2, the negative. So for part 2, I want to compare actually 2 grammar points. We focused on 1 grammar point in part 1. I want to look at 2 grammar points in part 2 and compare how we use them, because I get a lot of questions about this point. Okay, I'm looking for your examples. Okay, looks okay for now. So we're going to talk in part 2 about 2 grammar points. First, we're going to talk about simple past tense. Again, we're going to talk about simple past tense negative to start. And then we're going to compare this to negative present perfect sentences. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry. We're going to look at some examples and you'll probably understand. Okay, so let's look at the opposite of part 1. So a negative simple past tense sentence. So we make subject, didn't, verb. So I have infinitive verb here. This means the base verb form, so no change, the dictionary form of the verb here. Subject, didn't or did not, but generally in speech, didn't, verb, and then some extra information. So let's make our sentences from part 1 negative here. So we didn't eat lunch, right? So subject, we, didn't, did not, eat, no change to this verb. Right here is where I see lots of mistakes. Lots of learners put ate here. You don't need to change the verb to past tense when you're making a negative sentence. So negative sentence, no verb change. We didn't eat lunch, not we didn't ate lunch. Okay, next one. He didn't finish the design. He didn't finish the design. Okay, so again, he is my subject, didn't, did not. Finish is the infinitive verb form, base verb. Didn't finish the design. So again, not he didn't finished. Don't put past tense here. He didn't finish the design. Okay? Next one, she didn't submit her application. She didn't submit her application. Again, this is using this did not right here. So yes, we can put did not in these sentences, but generally in speech and in writing as well, we tend to use didn't in these patterns. So didn't submit, didn't finish, didn't eat. The key here, again, don't change the verb to past tense. I see lots of learners make that mistake. Okay, some examples are coming in. Let's see. She didn't understand the lesson. Okay, says Musin. I hope I said your name correctly on Facebook. Havo says we didn't finish our chores. Good. Ashu says she didn't go to the party with us. Good. Estima, that the contract form, negative. Yes, that's correct. So didn't is the contracted form of did not. So if you say, I did not go to the party, I did not eat lunch. It sounds really strange, like a robot. So definitely, I really recommend in speech use didn't. Like if you say, I did not eat lunch, I did not do this. It sounds really like kind of like a robot, like too stiff. So please use this in speech. Use didn't. Okay, YouTube, what have you got? Santiago says, I didn't ride my bike today. Good. Luigi says, I didn't go to work. So does the powerful God. I didn't work today. Good. Let's see. Nayeli says, my sister didn't help me with my project. Good. Javier says, I didn't know the situation, and they didn't all about I'm not sure about the second part of that, but I didn't know the situation is good. Okay, some others. Let's see. I'm looking for some people that haven't submitted in a while. Let's see. Oh, Aoyan says she didn't respect me when I was working for her. Good. Mr. Hyde, Mr. Hide, I don't know. She didn't answering me. Answer right there. Infinitive verb. She didn't answer me. She didn't answer me. No change to the verb. She didn't answer me. Felipe, she didn't have finished something. Is it correct? No. We're going to talk about maybe similar verb pattern in just a minute. Okay, let's go to part 2 then, okay? So let's compare this part to this part. So first, when should we use just a simple past tense negative sentence? We use this when this action, it did not happen, and there's no future expectation, okay? So, no future expectation. So, we don't think this action is going to happen in the future. So, we didn't eat lunch. It's finished. Oh no, today we didn't eat lunch. We didn't have time. That's done, okay? Or, he didn't finish the design. Like today, he didn't have time. He didn't finish the design today. Oh no, it's done. There's no chance to finish the design today. Or here, she didn't submit her application. Again, 100% finished, 100% complete. She didn't do it. So maybe next year or something like that. Though, we can, if we want to communicate some kind of expectation, we can do that, but with a different grammar point. Okay? So to do this, to communicate expectation, we use ta-da! Everyone's favorite grammar point, perfect tense. We use present perfect tense to do this. So, quick reminder about present perfect tense. We have to think about our subject here. There are 2 groups for our subjects here. So, I, you, and we, plus haven't is the reduced form, have not. and he, she, they, it hasn't. He hasn't. She hasn't. Oh, I'm sorry. I put this in the wrong one. They haven't. It hasn't. I put they in the wrong spot this morning. Sorry, guys. So he, she, and it. Sorry about that, guys. I put it in the wrong spot. They and it. He, she, and it will be hasn't. Sorry about that. So he, she, and it hasn't, and I, you, we, they haven't. Sorry, guys. And then we have past participle verb plus yet. Okay? So this communicates a different feeling than this one does. So let's look at this and let's break this down. Okay? So, for example, I haven't sent the file to the client yet. I haven't sent the file to the client yet. Okay? So here, I haven't sent the file. Right here, let's break this down. My subject, I, then haven't, have not. So this links our subject to our verb. Sent, sent, past participle verb form of send, and then the file to the client. Okay, let's look at just this part for right now. Let's not talk about yet. So here, I haven't sent the file to the client. This communicates a different feeling. If I said in this pattern, I didn't send the file to the client, both sentences are 100% correct. Grammatically, they're correct. But this sentence, I haven't sent the file to the client, communicates I'm planning to send the file to the client. I expect to send the file to the client. But right now, like, I don't know, at lunchtime, I haven't sent it, but maybe in the afternoon, I'm going to. So we communicate expectation with this grammar point, okay? So I haven't sent the file to the client. Finally, in today's practice, I included yet here. So this yet is like emphasis. So yet really shows this is planned. I'm going to do this in the future. So I haven't done it yet, but if you really want to make it clear that this thing is going to happen, you're planning for this thing to happen in the future, put this after, okay? I haven't sent the file to the client yet, communicates expectation. I didn't send the file to the client, sounds like it's done, no expectation. This is the difference, okay? Let's look at another example. We haven't scheduled a meeting with our professor yet. We haven't scheduled a meeting with our professor yet. So again, this is the same sentence from part 1. We've just made it negative, and this sentence communicates expectation. So we haven't scheduled. We haven't scheduled a meeting with our professor yet. So this sounds like we plan to schedule a meeting with our professor. This is the feeling. Again, we could use a simple past tense sentence. We didn't schedule a meeting with our professor. That sounds like there's no plan. This is the difference. Okay, all right, some examples are coming in. I haven't taken the exam to become a tutor yet, says Juan. Good, okay. Suleiman says my exercise hasn't done yet. Make yourself the subject, not your exercise. I haven't done my exercise yet, maybe. Or my exercise hasn't been done yet. I guess you could say that, but maybe put yourself as the subject. I haven't done my university studies yet, says Nayeli. Nice, okay. Andrea says, I haven't told my mom about tomorrow's party yet. Good. Miguel says, I haven't done my chores yet. Okay, but I'll definitely do them right away. I'll do them. Okay, Facebook. What's up, Facebook? You got some examples, Facebook? Ashu says, we haven't eaten lunch yet. Rosa says she hasn't finished her work yet. Good. Nice ones. Okay, let's go to the last example. Oh, she hasn't finished. Someone just put this as an example. She hasn't finished her homework yet. She hasn't finished her homework yet. So again, we're communicating expectation with these. So maybe you can already guess, we can use these two grammar patterns to communicate these feelings of expectation without explaining. Like, if I use this grammar pattern, I don't have to say to my boss, like, oh, but I'm planning to do it. This yet and this grammar tells my boss that for me, right? So if I just say, I didn't do it, my boss might be like, what? It's your job to do it, right? If you say, I haven't done it yet, That tells your boss, oh, I didn't forget, I know I'm going to do it, right? So your grammar can help you a lot, right? If you use this one and your boss expects you or your teacher expects you to do something, they might think, what, did you forget? Do you know what to do? If you use this one, they'll be like, oh, okay, that person knows. So keep this grammar point in mind. This is very helpful. Okay, cool. So let's finish part 2 there, and then we'll go to the last part. We're going to compare the question forms of these grammar points next, okay? I'm looking for other questions. Your examples look pretty good. Maybe just one kind of point. Don't forget your past participle verb forms, yeah? Don't forget to refresh those every once in a while. Okay, super quick break, and then we'll go to questions. If you missed it, these worksheets, Miss Banner says get your free worksheets. If you missed it earlier, I showed a lot of these writing worksheets that the team has created. If you want to get these, you can click the link below the video on YouTube or above the video on Facebook. You will come to this page. If you have an account at EnglishClass101.com, sign into your account and go to this and get your free stuff. If you do not have an account, if you have no account, you can make an account for free right here. So put your name, you need your name and your email address, that's all. And you can get them on this page. If you need some help, you will find 1, 2, 3, 4 steps right here. So check these 4 steps to download these things, and you can pick them up. You can download all of them. So I hope that this is helpful for you in practicing your writing. So you can choose one a week or one a month, whatever is good for you. So check this out. The team has a bunch of new stuff out there. Okay, all right, let's go to the last part for today's lesson. Of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to hit the like button and share this video so other people can find today's lesson. All right, let's finish, just a nice easy finish today of 2 questions. We're gonna compare 2 grammar pattern questions that you can use to ask other people about past activities, okay? So we're gonna compare simple past and present perfect question patterns and talk about when we use them. It's exactly as we talked about in part 2, okay? So first, let's review a simple past tense pattern. So, did subject verb. Did subject base verb. So, yes, this is a simple past tense question, but we are not going to use a simple past tense verb here. This did does the job for us. So this did tells us this is a simple past tense question. So, let's look at some examples. Did he finish the design? Did he finish the design? So, did he finish, infinitive verb, the design? Not did he finished. Nope. That's a common error, a common mistake I see. Did he finish the design? Yes or no? Again, this sentence pattern sounds like something is 100%, like just over. For example, you might ask this at the end of the day. So, maybe 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. at work or at school or something. The end of the day question, okay? Did they schedule a meeting? Did they schedule a meeting? So again, schedule is in the base form. Did they schedule a meeting? Not did they scheduled a meeting. And finally, did you send the file? Did you send the file? So all of these questions are asking about something, if basically, is it complete? Did it happen or not? There's no feeling of expectation, no feeling of future expectation in these sentences, okay? So these are all 100% correct, but they communicate different things than these questions. So let's compare. We can use, again, that present perfect form to make questions. So, have I, you, we, they, have this subject group, past participle verb, question, or has he, she, it, past participle verb? So, some examples, has she submitted her application? Has she submitted her application? This question sounds like I have some expectation. I think she is going to submit her application. I expect that. I want to know, has she submitted her application? Yes or no? Or, have you eaten lunch? This is a very common one for coworkers. Have you eaten lunch? Like, do you want to go with me? Have you eaten lunch? So, have you eaten? Eaten. Past participle verb form of eat. Have you eaten lunch? Yes. No. And finally, one more. Has he returned your call yet? Has he returned your call yet? So here I put yet at the end of this sentence. You can use yet in your questions for more emphasis of expectation. We can use it here too. Have you eaten lunch yet? Has she submitted her application yet? Have you eaten dinner yet? Have you had a coffee yet? So you can use these for more emphasis. You expect that action is going to happen. Okay? So again, these question patterns communicate expectation. These are more just a neutral report of something that is done. And it's good to know, you don't have to respond to these questions with the same grammar point. For example, if your boss or your teacher says, did you send the file? You can say, you can use a negative pattern. You can use a negative present perfect pattern to respond. Yeah? So you can say, in this situation, they say, did you send the file? You can say, I haven't sent the file yet. So you can respond with a different grammar point. You don't have to use the same grammar point to respond. Okay? So we can do this to communicate very effectively just with our grammar choices. Okay? Let's see. Some examples. Good. Andres says, has the candidate attached his CV? Nice. Nayeli says, has he found a job yet? Good. Sandy says, how to use already in both tenses. I have a lot of videos. Actually, I have lots of videos about this topic. I'm not going to talk about already in today's lesson, but if you want to know more, I recommend a search on the YouTube channel. YouTube channel is probably the best, or if you have an account with us, you can find some lessons about that. So I would recommend just doing a search. Usually I teach yet, already, and still together. So try searching for those words on the YouTube channel. I have a bunch of topics about that. Okay. Others. I'm looking for questions related to today's topic. Have you eaten sushi? Says Rosa. Good. Enrique says, has the teacher fixed the volume? Yes, she has. Okay. Good. Have you opened the windows? Says Ashu. Okay, good. Aoyaon, you have a lot of vowels in your name. It says, did she submitted her work schedule for the week? Careful, did she submit? So infinitive verb, not submitted. No change to your verb form when you use a simple past tense question. Did she submit her schedule? Not did she submit it. So be careful of that one. Okay. I'm late, so I have to finish that. I have to finish today's lesson there. So let's wrap it up. Let's see, where's today's lesson boards? So I'll show you today's lesson boards. If you want to take a screenshot, now is your chance. So today we talked about how to make positive sentences with simple past tense. Then we talked about using negatives with simple past and present perfect, and we talked about the differences that our grammar can communicate with these. And finally, we talked about 2 question patterns that we can use to communicate expectation, and we also talked about how to make these types of questions correctly. So I hope that this lesson was very helpful for you. All right, I have to finish today's lesson. So next week, I'll be back. Next week, I'll be back. Where is next week's lesson information? Next week, oh my gosh, March 30th already? This year is going so fast. Can you believe it? Wow, gosh. Okay, so next week, the next lesson will be on Wednesday, March 30th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is New York City time. If you don't know your local time, please use your amazing Google skills to look it up. Of course, you can always set a notification on YouTube or on Facebook, or if you follow me on Instagram, I always set a reminder I set a reminder. I always post a link and a topic reminder in my stories, so you can find that information on my Instagram. My Instagram and my Twitter are in the YouTube description if you don't follow me there yet. Okay? Next week I'm going to talk about vocabulary study tips. This is a super common question. I get this question probably 10 times a day. So next week we're going to review some ways to study vocabulary and hopefully help it to stick better in your head. So I will say goodbye for this week. Thank you very much for joining me again, as always, and thank you for your great questions and your great example sentences. Don't forget, if you think of other questions, send them to me on the official Ask Alicia submission page at englishclass101.com/ask-Alicia. You can also find a link for this in the YouTube description. And of course, if you want to get these free writing worksheets, don't forget those either. You can find the link for that below the video on YouTube or above the video on Facebook. Download them all. It'll be fun. So enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your week. Have a nice weekend, and I will see you again